Hey, and welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. Hey, it's DisneyDwayne here. We're going to be talking about Fantastic Four First Steps, a new Marvel movie. And of course, I have to say, this was very refreshing. Right off the bat, I'm going to say that it had a different flavor, a different style, a different tone, because it's also set in the 1960s. And it kind of reminded me a bit of WandaVision, in fact. And it was just great stylistically. Everything was so wonderful to see. Even the filters they used for the film were very period appropriate. And also the the actress playing Sue Storm, who plays Mrs. I guess Fantastic, maybe, it reminds me a lot of Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda. And she also goes through some of the things that Wanda goes through in terms of, family and, okay, spoiler territory now, and children, right? She does get pregnant. By the way, what's with pregnant ladies in the mainstream world of film and TV these days? Squid Games, we had a pregnant lady, right in the middle of a battle, right? We see this happen here as well. But what's different about this is, in spite of all the battles, and this is an expected blockbuster superhero, us against the world thing, you do have an intimacy that's not always there. This film is about family, and I appreciated the intimate, sort of more meaningful and more charming sort of atmosphere that it created. And with the style, it really worked well together. I do have to say that at first it seemed that it was kind of like going kind of nowhere, in a sense that it's a very simple plot, really. But what's charming is the moments, and then it does get a little bit more of, you do encounter some twists towards the end, and then you're kind of not sure where things are going, which makes it all exciting. So all in all, this was great. I loved it. I also loved how I didn't have to worry too much, because it's set in the 1960s, in terms of how this relates to the MCU in general. Of course, there's going to be a tie-in somewhere, somehow, right? But because it's so far apart from the modern day world, I don't think about it. So it almost feels like a standalone, and I appreciated that. But I did see some, tie-ins later on, where Galactus, I mean, the big villain, when he's featured, I thought about the Cosmos, and I thought about the Watchers, right? And the guys from Loki, and so I think there's a tie-up, and I looked it up. I mean, I'm not the greatest Marvel fan. I just called her Mrs. Fantastic. It's probably, you're going to throw stones at me, but there is a tie-up between Galactus and the Watchers. They're in the same universe, right? Right out there in the cosmos, and so I'm sure there is a tie-in somewhere. Also, it's a little bit meta when I see a lot of these cartoon about, this animation with the Fantastic Four on their TVs. It's like they're watching themselves. I don't know why it's so meta and what's going on, but I'm sure it's also an homage to what's been there before. And from some research, I've also found out that the Fantastic Four had a movie made that wasn't released. I think it was in 1994. There were four actors that supposedly make cameos in this movie. I'm not sure. There's so much to dig into. I mean, there are a lot of character firsts as well. We're starting to get into sort of X-Men territory. We've got the Mole, Mr. Mole, and Doctor Doom. We see that, of course, stay for the two scenes in the credit section. We do see what we've been wanting to see for a while now with the teasers and all. Robert Downey Jr. coming back, but this time as Doctor Doom. I don't know. There's so much going on. So anyhow, I did enjoy it. What did you think of this movie? I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. All right, catch you in the next one, and I hope you have a magical day. Don't forget to subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and tell your friends about the channel. Bye!